Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you're new, I really hope you stay. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I do this look for my face, because in the minute you go see me with no makeup on, and yeah, it's definitely different. But yeah, I'm going to show you what I do. This is my new routine. This is what I really love to do for my face because I feel like it's minimal looking, although there's a few things on there, but anyway, I like this look for me, and I'm coming down off the eyeliners and the liquid liners, and yeah, just trying to be a bit more enhancing what I have rather than applying more for a different look. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoy this video. So with my face washing at the moment, I've been using the No. 7 foaming cleanser for oily skin. I don't really have oily skin. I kind of have like normal. It's not dry, it's not oily, but I do alternate my cleaning routine, so it's not something I use every single day. I use the L'Oreal Men's, what is it? It's like Wake Up Fresh. It's like a zingy, it's an orange, it's beautiful. But I use this like 4 times a week, and I use the other one on the other days. And I will always use this shortly after in the shower. This is the Lancome, can't pronounce this, Malin Mousse? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is amazing. It smells all honey and lovely, and it just, stay at the bottom of it. This foams up and gives you such a rich, smooth feel to your skin. It's beautiful. So I use that every single time I'm in the shower. Every time. So that's my shower one. After this is every day. So like just washing my face at the sink or something like that. And then I will always use this. I'm nearly out. It's the Deep Action Cleansing Lotion. Is it Superdrug's own? It's cruelty free. It's brilliant. It's Superdrug's own. It was the same price as the I can't remember what it's called now, but there's a brand in there, and it's like targeted mainly for people who have like spots and things like that, which I used to always use because I used to have terrible skin all down the side of my face. If I could remember the name, and I think this one was about the same price, but this was cruelty free, whereas the other one wasn't. So I was like, I'm going to get this one. And I love it. I use it all the time. I can wash my face in the shower, and then I get out and I use that cleansing stuff, and it just picks up a fine little bit. So it's really good. Okay, so for bedtime, my moisturiser is not actually a moisturiser. I put on the Vaseline. So I will cake my face in Vaseline, especially where like the creases are, like here, up here, these bits here where it starts, you know, it does unfortunately start to droop. So that gets at my whole face and neck gets covered in it. And during the day I've been using this Vitamin C Daily Brightening Moisturiser, which I thought burnt my skin, but it wasn't. It was an oil I ordered off Amazon. That is what's burnt my skin. So I'm not using that anymore. Yeah, it's not great. I wouldn't recommend it if you've got sensitive skin, because it leaves my face on fire. I did a test. I was like, right, I'm going to try just the oil, and I'll try just the cream. Cream's absolutely fine. The oil wasn't. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of the cream on now. Loving this. Smells so nice, and it just, I don't know what it is about No. 7, but my face has always just really got on with it. Like everything that they bring out, I've never had a problem with. So I was really surprised when I thought it was this, but it wasn't. It just works amazing, and my skin always feels so soft. I've got their night creams as well, but because I'm doing a lot of the Vaseline at night, I've not been doing it, but it does make your face feel so much more plumper and alive in the morning. Yeah, so I do tend to go towards No. 7 skincare, especially the moisturisers. Just found my little tub of Vaseline. This gets used so much, but it's amazing. First thing I do on my face is my brows. So I'm going to use my little cracked mirror here. And I do my brows first thing every single time because I find they just seem to work so much easier than when I've done like my foundation stuff. My brows just go on so much better. My brows, like I've ordered them. But yeah. And I find that brows really make your face. Like you can just do your whole face, and if you don't get your brows right, it's not good. So with my brows, what I tend to do is I draw a line underneath, going all the way along, and then I'll get the top corner here and bring it down, and then it will go from about there along, fill it in. I don't do too much here because I will blend that through in a moment, but I'm not going to do that until I've done my foundation. They look really harsh on me right now because the rest of my face has nothing on it, but they do blend well when everything's put together. So next up I will put my foundation on. I'm using a slightly darker foundation than what I would normally wear because I brought the first one which was too light. Then I brought this one and I was like, it looks a bit dark, but if it's too dark I can mix them. So I brought this one. It is slightly too dark. And then I lost the lighter one, so we're just gonna go with it. What I do is I pump what I think I'm going to need onto my face rather than on the brush itself. Just do a few dots about, and then I use one of these. I don't know what they're all named. I'm not a makeup professional. I just use what I find works best on my face, what's easier. So I just blend this in as best I can. I do like this shade. This is from Primark. So was the brow pencil. The brow pencil was from Poundland. And I've been using it for about 2 years. It's amazing. It lasts all day. I never have any problems with it whatsoever. Slightly behind the ear here and definitely going up there because otherwise you get a white bit there. And you can see it. And it's not good. I always do my neck because no one wants to have an umbrella face with a white neck. So, evening that out. This is the Primark's matte foundation, my perfect colour, and it lasts a long time, and I think it's only something like £4. I've never had any problems with it. I never look in the mirror and go, all my foundations come off. It's never happened. It's so good. I can't remember the last time I actually bought myself expensive makeup. When I say expensive makeup, I mean like, I know, a Revlon foundation or something that's like £15, £20. It just doesn't happen. So I've got that base colour, but I do tend to contour and all that as well. So the next thing I will use is, where are you? Primark, yet again. I love this. Love it. I've been using it for years, probably since 2016. I think I've been using it since 2016. Not this one particular one, but this, I buy the same one over and over again. So this is a foundation and contour stick, and they're like £1.50 the last time I bought this. So, but yeah, I go under the eye, down my nose, dab a little bit there and a little bit there, and I will use a beauty blending sponge for this because I can just dab it exactly where I want it and get it right into the skin. You always feel like that you pull really strange faces when you put makeup on. I pull really strange faces. I don't know why either. It is unbelievably windy today. I walked the boys to school. It's their first day back. And wind. Holy moly. I thought if we just stand still, we could just get blown into school. But yeah, Nick's working at the moment. Don't know how he's working in that. and I need to go and post something in one of those in-post boxes. Every time I go down there it says it's full, so because I've been selling stuff on Vinted. I love that site. I absolutely love that site. I've bought from there so many times, and yeah, I've sold things on there as well. So yeah, my wish list is rather long, but as it is everywhere. It is on H&M, it is on River Island, it is everywhere, even down to food supermarkets. I will add things in there and be like, that's a really good idea for cooking your pizzas. I'll add that to my basket. Do I ever order it? No. But yeah, so once that's blended in, I know I look really funny right now. I look like ghostly. I then get the NYX contour stick, and I take the darker end, and this is where I put my contour on. So cheeks, across the forehead, down the nose. Oh, I always contour my nose. Never been happy with my nose up until recently. I don't really mind, but when I was growing up I was convinced I had like the biggest nose on the planet, and yeah, hated it. So I like to just sort of darken the tip a little bit so it doesn't look as big as I think it looks in my head. But we all do, don't we? Then once I've put that on, what I do is I use my bronzer brush. So this is what I use for my bronzer as well, and it's so much quicker. I used to use the beauty blender. I don't anymore. I just rub it in with this. It's so quick and so easy. But I will go over with the bronzer on top of this as well. So anywhere that I've contoured, I bronze also. I'm out of breath. I'm not joking. I've run up and down the stairs so many times because most of my makeup's downstairs, because I get up really early in the morning to go to work, which I've got to do tomorrow. So without disturbing anyone, I have my stuff downstairs. Like I've got toothbrush and everything, just because I don't want to wake people up. So I've been running up and down the stairs going, I can't find my eyebrow pencil, I can't find my lip liner, where is everything? And yeah, so I'm a little bit out of breath from going up and down, but we're getting there. I'm feeling a little bit more human. So once that is blended in, I then go and use, would you believe it, this, which was, I don't know, I think it was £1 from Primark. I love this. I love this. This works as well as any other bronzer I've used. I love this so much. It is quite strong, so you want to go gentle with it, but it works amazing. With the bronzer, I do tend to just go all out, but there are certain areas that I focus on the most, which is where I've contoured. And then when I feel like the brush is running down, like now, I will just gently swoop, just so that this area isn't as bright as these bits, you know, because I've put that white contour on. You know what I forgot to put on? You know what I forgot to put on? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Early defence. I would. I forgot to put it on. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right. Yeah, so once that's in, I then use the same bronzer, and I will, there's hair on my nose, come off one of my brushes. I will use that for my eyeshadow. So I don't like anything too heavy, and I'm swaying off all the eyeliner because I feel like it's aging me more than it's doing me any good. And when you're on the higher end of the 30s, you really don't want to be making it any worse. So I just dab it into my bronzer, get that colour on there, and I put it over my eyelids. So I've got that same tone going over my face, which isn't too harsh, but it's just giving me that something that I just look a little bit more alive and a little bit more fresh than how I wake up in the morning. A lot of people have been asking about my hair straightener. I think it's like £25 from Argos. It's a fabulous one. It works a treat. The only thing with my hair is I've got so much hair that I think I need like a wider tong one, because it takes me ages. Although it straightens perfect, it just takes me forever. But it's not as bad now it's growing, because when my hair was up to here, it was really difficult getting hold of pieces of hair. It just kept sliding out the hair straightener because my hair is curly. It was an absolute nightmare. When I do my eyeshadow, I like to come up slightly over the arch here, just so that my eyes don't look like they've sunken back into their sockets. So just putting a little bit of that on, and then I'm going to get a smaller brush and put a little bit underneath my eye. So this one is slightly flatter. Just going to dab that in there and then just put it underneath, because I don't use mascara underneath my eye anymore. I've been learning some tips and it's making a difference. My New Year thing is to just look after myself a bit better than I have been, and actually noticing things that work well for me, rather than being like covering everything up all the time. So yeah, I'm going to blend out my, which again I've left that downstairs as well, so I don't quite know what I'm going to use. I've got a Ted Baker, it's a brow like setter. It's like a gel, but it's not like really cakey, on like a wand, and I've left that downstairs as well. I'm not running down there again. I can't do it to myself. So I'm just going to get this brush. It's a flat brow brush, and I'm just going to bring those up and tidy up my brows a little bit. But I would normally put my Ted Baker gel on top just to tidy it all over. So just giving it a little bit of a blend in, making sure it doesn't look all patchy. That's okay, that'll do, it'll do. Then I will get my, I don't know what this brush is, it's just one of those triangle-like ones, and I use this. This is Revolution XX Frequency bronzer powder. It's not a bronzer, what is that? It's like a highlighter, highlighting bronzer, and I will just go all over this. Oh, I go all over with this. I love this so much. Let me get rid of that one. It's so good. So I go all out with this and bring some healthy life to my cheeks, and I'll get it up here as well, under those brows. I mean, this is so fair, like it's not coming out so I'm looking like a tinfoil man, do you know what I mean? But it's going on quite nicely. I don't know if you can actually see that. Just a little bit of shine there, bit of gold. I love that so much. Okay, so after that, my eyelashes, so I'm just going to stick one of them in there. Yeah. This feels so weird, like it really feels like what you're doing to yourself when you put this clamp. At first it feels like you're doing some sort of self-torture. I've always got rid of these. If I've ever had them like gift boxes and that, I've always got rid of them because I never used them. And then I started using it again, and I was like, actually, it really does work. So I've started using it again, but what I do is I use 2 separate mascaras. I've got one here which is Thick and Fast by Soap and Glory, and that one goes on first. What do I look like? And then I've got this from Lancome. It's just I can't read that, Hypnose. It's a lovely mascara, but I find it's a bit thick and clumpy compared to the Soap and Glory one. So I tend to put the Soap and Glory on first, and I just give it that little extra bit of volume with a very small amount from the Lancome. That's really satisfying if you've got hay fever, by the way. Get your eyelash colour out. It really just, oh, I've been getting hay fever again lately, so I don't know if you've noticed in some of my videos my eyes might look a bit puffy underneath, because Minnie keeps sleeping on me at night. With a mascara I go down first and then I go up. Minnie keeps sleeping on me at night, and I've always been allergic to her fur. I've been allergic to her fur since I got her when she was a kitten, and yeah, so I wake up in the morning completely itchy, puffy-eyed, not pleasant in the slightest, but I can't like kick her off, bless her heart. What is she now? I think she's 9 this year. Or is she 10 this year? She's going to be 10 this year. So that's my lashes before I've put the Lancome one on. I've never not liked my lashes. I've always been quite happy with my lashes. And when I had my eyebrows done, she was talking to me about getting a tint. She said, you've got really lovely long lashes. Why don't you get a tint? And then, you know, there'd be more, because they're very fair, very, very fair. And I just don't feel like I want anything to go on my lashes, because I've never, ever, ever had false lashes attached to my eyelashes, ever. I've never gone and had my eyelashes done. The only thing I've ever done is stick on ones from Primark, and they itch me so much that I can't do it anymore. So I'm just happy to extend what I've got and be happy. I can't be bothered with doing all of that, but I'm just going to now add a little bit of this Lancome one, but again I'm not doing underneath my lashes. I just really like the blackness. To a bit of a close up, I really like the blackness to that one. I just don't like how clumpy it is. Okay, so favourite part, because I love this part. Barry lipstick lip liner. This one is, I'm not sure what this one's called. I've had this years and it's really worn down, but it's like a coffee kind of nude, which I just love. This comes out a bit pinker than it looks, but I always go slightly outside of my lip line just to make it look a bit fuller. It's really awkward, doesn't it? That silent moment if you're trying to put your lip liner on. Yeah. So I go just out, and I like to brush it on. This sounds so daft, but rather than just swooping it all over, when it comes to the Cupid's bow here, I like to brush it on more like a paint than, because I feel like it just goes on so much nicer. Not that you can actually see, it's the feel of it, you know. And then I'm going to put on, I love this, but I feel like it's just not as rich as I want it to be. And I love this, but I feel like it's too gooey, so I don't like too much, but I like the colour of that, but I want it in this kind of texture. So this is the Ted Baker, and I'm not sure what colour that is, but it's a nude colour, and I'm just going to put this on and then add a little bit of the other. Okay, so I like it, but it just feels a bit, I don't know, a bit too nude. So I'm just going to add, this is also from Ted Baker. I think it's of the same colour, but I get as much as I can off the brush, because I really hate gooey lips. It just feels horrible. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the outside there. Has anyone tried that circle trick? Just a tiny bit of shine, but not like stupidly gooey. Has anyone tried that circle trick? Yeah, I haven't tried it. I don't think I would try it, because I just don't see that lasting. But there's this thing going around where if you draw a circle from the top lip to the bottom, surely once you put the makeup over the top, it's just going to disappear. Everyone I've seen do it, it doesn't, they're like that. I cannot believe the results. And then you watch the end and they're like, it's like your lips look exactly the same as in the beginning. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Maybe it's just me. I'm not really clued up when it comes to makeup. I just know what I like for myself. But yeah, so that's how I been doing my face. If I'm needing to do my face, so if I'm going out or going to work, because I would not go to work how I looked at the beginning of this video, well, before I put the makeup on. So yeah, it's quite minimal. It doesn't look like I've been sitting there having so much done on my face, but I think I prefer this look on me than I do the previous looks when I would put a different shading on and add so much eyeliner and things like that. I much prefer this. I feel like it's like a natural, it doesn't look natural, but it's more of a minimal look, although I've put quite a lot on my face. But anyway, yeah, so that is that. What does everybody think? I hope you're all doing really, really well, and I will see you all again in my next video. Thank you for being here. Bye.